Uh,
Oh,
Welcome, everyone, back to another episode of Bright Connections. I'm your host, BK. Joining me once again this week is Brian Payne. Brian, how you doing today, buddy?
good. How are you doing?
Awesome. Yet again,
Good.
awesome. We have lots of good stuff planned for you today. Lots of good discussion. So let's dive right in, honestly. Let's dive right in. We've
Yeah,
got lots
yeah.
of content. So let's get right to it. Just to go back to the first episode real quick, a couple people gave us some feedback, right? A couple people said didn't quite understand what we were talking about. So wanted to
Like what?
the whole sports bubble concept. So with these teams and their bubbles, and what the heck did that mean?
Yeah, I guess if you're not a real big sports person, you might not know what that means.
Correct. So we're gonna just touch on that real quick, just make sure everybody understands, and then we'll move forward. So the sports bubble, what that is a protocol that the league is putting in place or has put in place to prevent COVID, in with the teams playing. So the bubble concept is where all the players, all the coaches, all the workers, everybody is just meeting in a one central location, and obviously they're tested before they come in and everything, and they just basically are staying there. They're staying there for the whole duration of the tournament. They're not really leaving. Everybody's just staying in this quote unquote bubble, and it's just a way to make sure that everybody that comes in didn't have it, so that way hopefully somehow it doesn't find its way in. So that's the whole concept of the bubble, is just that everybody that's working, playing, everything to do with the tournament is just meeting in a central location. It's kind of blocked off. I know at least for the NHL, they blocked it off. It's blocked off, and everybody is just staying in there in that bubble and not leaving. So think of
no one goes in, no one comes out.
Nope. Think of Bubble Boy. It's
Oh,
dangerous.
good old Bubble Boy.
Can't go in, can't go out. So that's what the bubble is. So we just wanted to make sure everybody, understood that a little bit further. So hopefully that helps, explain.
Which is why last week, whenever we said the story about the football player bringing in that other girl dressed as a football player was a little bit out there, because that's a big no-no.
That's a big
You don't want
no-no.
anybody else coming into that bubble.
Yes, it's a big no-no for sure. We don't want anybody else other than who's supposed to be there.
Yeah, not even family.
Yes, correct. We are going to touch on that actually with the NHL, but we'll touch on something new that they just brought forward. So, and then the other thing that we want to further dive into from last week is our seeding that we did with our NHL playoff tournament.
So, yeah, because I completely got this wrong. I didn't know about this.
Totally forgot about the whole reseeding thing. Because the way that it's been shown to us and in the bracket format and everything, we both just assumed that everything was just going to keep going forward in the bracket.
Right over my head.
Right over. So basically what happens is after that first round is played, all the teams get reseeded so that the number 1 seed plays the lowest seed, the 4 seed, and then the 2 middle teams play. So that first round that they played in, no matter what their seed is, except for if you're number 1 seed, you keep where you were in the standings, but you get reseeded 1 through 4, no matter, based on what your seeding was in the first round. So everything, the matchups were different, is basically what we're trying to say. Yeah. The matchups were different. Yeah. I know I'm rambling and saying all these numbers and letters and all kinds of other crap.
I think this week we'll have to go over the new matchups now that the first round.
We're gonna go over the new matchups, because somebody's team got eliminated right off the bat.
Oh, that guy.
Me? No, I'm not wrong. Never wrong.
No.
But we we need to re-go over the matchups in the NHL to see where we're at and
Yeah.
who we think is going to be the winner. So
Well, let's get into it.
let's get into it.
Yeah.
All right. So I want to touch on what the different sports leagues protocols have kind of been for COVID,
Mhm.
and how they're doing so far, and is it working? Is it not working? So let's start with
Is it
one.
working?
For a lot of them, yes. For
Okay.
a lot of them, it's working pretty well. It's working pretty well. For one, still not so much. So the
Yeah.
MLB, they really didn't have much of a protocol at first. They kind of just said, wear your mask, come into your field, come on into park, whatever, stadium, and wear your mask, kind of just, be cautious. Don't do anything stupid. Not enough. It is proved not enough. They did not put enough, not implement enough rules, enough
Mhm.
procedures, everything. It's a lot of cases right off the bat. So they started adding more and more in. So after they started with basically nothing, they added in, you got to wear the masks when you're not on the field playing. So obviously when they're on the field, they can not wear a mask because it'd be
Mhm.
tough. It'd be tough to wear
Oh,
a
yeah.
mask while you're playing.
I have to wear one for work all day long, and that's hard. I couldn't imagine playing baseball
Running
and having to wear
around.
a mask.
Running around, scoring, shooting home runs and slapping slap shots and
Yeah, throwing field goals,
throwing field goals and yep, exactly. So anybody that's not playing has to wear a mask. That's coaches, any equipment managers, anything like that. I believe the umpires are supposed to be wearing them as well. So anybody that's not out on the field playing,
Mhm.
get that mask on. Okay, so that was one thing. Then they added in the whole travel protocols. When traveling, they're required to have more like buses, so that people can spread out on the buses. I believe like no more than one or two in a row. Actually, it might just be one in a row, and they just kind of just stick to themselves. They stick
That'd be all right
themselves
with
or not.
me. I like to spread out on a bus. I
Just
don't want no one
just
sitting next to me.
sprawl it on the bench and just kind of just lay back. They probably have
Yeah,
pillows
right?
and stuff, and just
I'm surprised it wasn't like that before.
yeah,
These are very rich teams.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, their buses are probably super nice.
Yeah.
Super nice.
Ain't
And
no
then
school bus.
Yeah, it ain't no school. It ain't no school bus. They're not riding on the school bus. And then on airplanes, I don't know if there's the restriction for how many are in a group, in a lane. I can't even think of the word. A row. Goodness gracious.
Yeah,
How
rows,
many-
columns. Oh.
Yeah, columns, rows. I don't believe there's any restriction on how many are in a row, but I don't know how they're going to enforce this, but apparently they're not supposed to like interact with each other. So they're sitting next to each other, but they're really not supposed to interact with each other. I doubt that that's happening. Happening.
Yeah.
I know a lot of players like to play cards or just tell stories or other stuff while they're on, traveling.
Nope. Go to sleep till you hit your destination.
I guess. I mean, that's probably what they want, but I don't know that people are doing it. I don't know.
Yeah, they can say that they're doing it, and that's all that they can really do at that point.
Yeah, how are you going to force that unless you have someone on the commission, the league commission, to follow every bus or to go along with every bus?
I saw you guys talking. No.
Hey, Nick, you're going to be putting time out. Listen, no talking.
To the back of the plane with you.
Back of the plane, back of the bus. Sit in the corner. Look at the corner.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
that ain't happening.
I know. There's so much you can do to not interact
Everyone's
with
trying
each
their
other.
best at this time.
Yeah, and that's all we can do. You gotta, you as the player and the coaches and everything, you gotta buy into the whole you gotta buy into the concept of, I want to play, so I gotta do what I gotta do to keep everybody safe. It's just that's what it comes down to. That's what it comes down to, and that's not only in the sports leagues. That's just in life. It's just in life.
Yeah.
We're not gonna get into that. So Um, so then that's, kind of what they, oh, I thought this was funny actually.
What's that?
When they're traveling and they're staying in their hotels, they're not supposed to leave the hotel basically without permission from like a coach or
Oh,
something. So they have to
really?
bring it up to their coach or whoever, has to give permission for them to leave the hotel. Can I go and get something to eat, please?
I wonder if it's like whenever I went on band trips back in high school, where they had to put tape on the hotel doors, and that would let them know if you left
If
or not.
somebody left.
You're gonna see these players climbing out of windows,
Climbing out of
see their
storied
buddies.
windows.
Not that ever happened back in a band of high school, but
No.
I've heard
not.
stories.
Yeah. Not personal experience, just stories. Yeah. That would be funny if they took it that far to put something on the doors to see if they left. Although some people, our Seattle guy, some people
They get creative with it, huh?
can't follow the rules, so maybe it's a good thing that they do be treated like that. So crazy. But I thought that was funny. They had to ask for permission. To leave the hotel.
That's something else.
Yep. So that's kind of the MLB's starting to put in more protocol now to hopefully drop some of the positive tests. I believe they're still getting them here and there. Some
And
games are having to be canceled.
No matter what you do, I think that's going to happen regardless.
It's going to be tough without having. They do not have a bubble. That's the thing. Every team's using their own facility. They're all doing their own thing. And when you travel and you do this and that, and you're raising the chances. You're raising the chances.
Absolutely.
So MLB does not have a bubble. So moving on to the NHL, which we both kind of agree has done it the best so far.
They're doing a good job.
I think they're doing a really good job. Again, that's the whole bubble concept. All players, workers, coaches are all in a confined block. They stay in the hotel together. They don't, they're not really leaving. Everything that they have there's a restaurant, there's food and everything they can get there. They're not really leaving. They're not leaving that block, that bubble. Everybody's staying there, and it seems to be working. I still have yet to hear of a single positive case in the NHL. So
they're
doing something right.
At least.
Yeah, they're doing something right. Yep. Yeah, there were some when they were getting ready to come in that they were positive, so they had to quarantine before coming in.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as when it started and everybody was in there and locked up, there's been nothing that I've heard of.
So. Yeah, so far it's been on lockdown.
Lock and key. Eat or swallow the key.
Mm-hmm. Don't want to pass that one.
No. So the NHL is working really well. The NBA, they had a tournament style thing as well. Top 22 teams traveled to Orlando for a bubble setting. Everybody was there. Everybody's staying there. Mm-hmm. As far as I've heard, they've done pretty well as well. So that's going well for them. I think they're just getting started though. If I recall that they had they had like the pre-tournament stuff. They had a couple games to determine who those top 22 teams were, and now they're getting ready to actually start. I think they've had a couple games, but NFL obviously that hasn't fully started yet, but they're in training camp.
It's only a few weeks away.
You're right. Yeah, the season is getting up close here.
Yeah.
So there's the differences with the NFL. There's no bubble scenario. They're kind of falling in the NBA or MLB right now. Mm-hmm. Everybody's just kind of at their own facility. Everybody's doing their own thing, but everybody's reporting. They're getting tested constantly. So basically what the NFL is doing is obviously there's no fans. There's no fans, nothing involved with anybody outside. And there's no preseason games.
Did they cut those?
Yeah, there's no preseason games. I believe this was a plan before, but now I'm second guessing myself.
I'll have to look that one up.
Yeah. I know that there's no preseason games. Now I'm second guessing if that was because of COVID or if they changed it in the agreement this year. Misinformed.
No, we'll find out and get back to you next week.
Exactly. See, that's the thing. We're not perfect. We're going to do our further research, and we're going to let you know. But again, they're reporting their own facilities, and see, everything right now is just their own team. They're just practicing stuff.
Hmm.
And there's, I think there's only been five cases, 5 positive tests so far. So okay, I mean, it's obviously some positive, still is not great, but so far decent.
Yeah.
Now when they start playing each other, I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna work. I feel like all that, just when you're playing and you're hustling and you're chirping and stuff's coming out of you, man. It's just spewing out of your mouth and your nose and everything. And
Yeah.
gonna be
Heat of the
getting
moment, cheer. You're not going to worry about getting droplets on somebody.
exactly. So when
But
that
on the
time,
plus side, I mean, these are young, healthy guys. And even if some of them do come up positive, I don't think we have to worry about seeing any deaths. It's just the matter of them becoming positive and then potentially passing it along to somebody else who's not as healthy.
we're not trying to get into this too far, but there are more deaths appearing, the younger people. So and then
Yeah,
originally thought that the whole concept of the young people not getting it and dying from it is kind of getting moot a little bit. So, but
it's
nonetheless,
very rare. I'll put it
yeah,
that way.
nonetheless, we want to keep it as safe as possible. So I don't know
Absolutely.
when they start playing. We'll see. I don't know if those numbers are going to jump or not, but we'll see. The MLS, they did tournament style as well. Everybody went to Orlando. They had a group stage, and then they're going to do a knockout stage. They also plan to move to a regular season after the tournament. So,
Really?
yeah, I don't know. So I don't know if they're going to go do their own facilities and everything after the tournament then as well.
Hmm.
Guess we'll see. I don't believe that's in full place yet, but the tournament obviously is good to go. That's gone well so far as well. They've been doing it, the back to play tournament, whatever they call it. So that's in the bubble stage as well. So everybody's in Orlando, everybody's staying confined, everybody's doing good, and that's going well as
Good.
well. My computer needs to stop turning off because that's a light on me. It's shining light on my face. And the women's soccer league, National Women's Soccer League, and the NWSL, they're doing a tournament in Utah as well. So they're all same thing, bubble it up. That seems the way to go, and it seems to work for people that buy into it. Like I said, if you buy into it,
Yeah.
you get there, you do your thing, you get to play, you get to have fun, you get to do the thing you love. So
Yeah.
that's
Take
the
home a
way to go.
paycheck.
Take the paycheck, have some fun, do your
Yeah.
thing. So those are kind of the leagues and where they stand. Again, bubble thing, man. That's got to be the way to go. It's gonna be.
At this point, that's what it looks like.
It would be. I don't know how it would work for MLB and NFL because they're the only ones to not do it so far. But we'll see. I guess if they change, who knows?
Only time will tell.
Only time will tell. Who knows? So moving on. We're gonna get a little update with the NHL here.
Yeah. What's going on with I think you had said something last week. We talked about Tuukka Rask.
Tuukka Rask.
He decided not to play for the what was it, Boston anymore, or at least for the rest of the season.
Correct, for the rest of the tournament thing. So what originally came out a couple days before he left was he's not having fun. This isn't a good atmosphere. He just wasn't feeling it. It didn't feel like a playoff atmosphere. It just felt like an exhibition. A couple days later, he announces that he's leaving. He's done with the bubble. He's done with the whole thing. Out of here. See ya. Bye.
So what reasoning did he give?
Well, and everybody started speculating. Of course, that's the first thing.
Of
First
course,
thing that
that's
comes to
what we
mind.
did.
That's exactly. That's first. I'm gonna be honest. The first thing that comes to mind. All right, dude. Come on. You don't have fun that you're gonna just leave.
And then you're letting down the rest of your teammates.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Absolutely. You're the
Your
team.
fans.
Your team's number one goalie. Let's not be so hasty to judge and speculate and try to know what people are going through. We don't. We don't know. We don't know what people are thinking, people are feeling, what's going on in their lives. We need to stop, not judge, not speculate, not comment. let them tell their story sometimes, okay? Tuukka Rask did not leave because he wasn't having fun.
Mm-hmm.
He left because his daughter had a medical emergency.
And I think that's a perfect reason to leave, honestly.
No doubt. I would leave in a heartbeat. You know, if I had a child and
Family first.
they were sick, something was going on, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to my teammates. I'm sorry. I would try, but I know deep down I would, and that's probably why he wasn't in it. That's why he wasn't feeling it. He's way distracted, dude. Your child is injured or medically sick or whatever it is. We don't know
And there's
exactly.
no way he'd be playing at 100%.
No. Nope.
Constantly distracted.
Yes. Distracted, not focused, just thinking about that the whole time. His teammates probably, if they told the teammates, they probably told him, "Get out of here, dude. What are you doing? Go be with your family." So don't speculate. We did it. We assumed, we assumed that because a couple days before he said he wasn't feeling it, he probably just didn't want to bring up the fact that his daughter was medically sick or whatever it was.
Yeah. It can be a private matter, but it's just hard whenever you're in the public eye.
Yes, exactly. So don't be quick to judge, to speculate. We don't know people's stories. We don't know what's going on in their lives. Just, let it be.
Yeah,
Talk to them,
be respectful of other people.
Yes. Yep. So that was why he left. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate to hear.
Yeah.
Not great, but in my eyes, did the right thing. You have to. You got to go be with your
I
family.
would do that in a heartbeat, like you said.
Absolutely. So I do not have the NHL bracket pulled up. So we're going to move to what matchups we've got now.
Yeah, now we're into the second round.
First round is over. We're in second round. Let's see what we've got here. Okay. So Carolina's going to win it still, right?
Yeah, about that, huh? Your team that you said was going to win it all loses in the first round?
First round. It wasn't even close either. It was 4-1. The series was 4-1. Yeah.
Well, now you have to make a new pick, huh?
I do. We got to make some new picks. That's the glory of it. That's the glory of playoffs and brackets. Your team can get ousted. You can find a new team to root for, or just root for games in general. Man, I love hockey. It's the best.
It's exciting to watch.
It is. I love good games. I love good matchups. So
yeah.
So we've got
starting in the East.
Yep, starting in the East, still the number 1 seed, Philadelphia Flyers.
I told you they're going to be hard. They're going to be tough.
Yeah, I mean, Montreal. We said from the start, good for them on making it that far, but it was going to be tough to pull that out. Mm-hmm. So Philadelphia moved past Montreal. They're now playing the New York Islanders. What do you got there?
Between Philly and the New York Islanders? Ooh, hard one. I'm still going to go Philly, personally. I think they're going to beat the New York Islanders, and they'll at least make it to the finals.
To the Eastern Conference Finals or the Stanley? We'll get there. They're going to move past. Yeah. They're going to move past the New York Islanders. I don't agree. I think the Islanders beat them. I still don't think Philly has enough.
You hope the Islanders beat them.
I think they will. I hope, and I think. Yes.
I think it'd be best if the Flyers make it all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals and then get beat out. That'd just be the icing on the cupcake, because I don't want to see them take it all, but I want to see them just get so close, be so hopeful, and then lose it all.
Heartless. Shame on you.
Hey, Philly deserves it, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Nothing nice to say. Don't say it.
It's just sport teams.
Yeah. So I think we got to go to coin flip there, Chief. Got to go to coin flip, because I'm saying Islanders, you're saying Philly.
So Philly heads, Islanders tails.
We have a coin flip. Or we have a coin flip. We have
Brought
a coin.
This year.
This year.
This week. We'll bring it this year.
We'll bring it this year. Let's go. Yes, we
All
got
right,
a coin. So
Flyers
yeah,
heads.
Flyers heads, Islanders tails.
All right. Tails. It is the Islanders
I'm winning these coin flips, man.
going on to the semifinals.
They're all going me. Yep, Islanders. So Islanders moving on to the conference finals, and they will face either Tampa Bay or Boston.
Well, I'm still going to stick with Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Especially since Tuukka Rask is not there for Boston. I'm not 100% sure how good their backup goalie is.
He's still pretty good. He's still
pretty
good.
good.
Yeah, I mean, he was a starter in for the New York Islanders for a while, somewhere else I believe too. But yeah, he was a starting goalie for a while. So he's getting. I mean, he's older, but he's still a quality goaltender. Yeah. So they still got a good goaltender as the backup, but Tampa Bay.
I had to go with Tampa.
They
were
here
good all
every year.
season.
They're here every year. They're always good. Again, they're kind of like Washington. They're always good in the regular season, and they just don't do it in playoffs. They don't have it. But hopefully they can at least get past Boston. I agree with you. I think Tampa Bay moves past Boston. I do. Yep. So we got a clean one there. So then we'll have Philly and Tampa in the conference final. Or I'm sorry,
No, you said Islanders.
Yeah, New York Islanders versus
tails,
Tampa. It was tails.
It was tails.
That's right. I'm a master coin caller.
New York between the Islanders and Tampa Bay?
Yes, Islanders and Tampa Bay.
Ooh. I'm still going to go with Tampa Bay. Between them and the Islanders, Tampa.
I go Islanders.
Oh, man. We bring in the coin again?
We're bringing the coin again.
New York Islanders heads.
Yep.
Tampa Bay tails.
Yep.
Tails.
Your actions. What is this?
It is Tampa Bay tails.
It is Tampa Bay. All right. Man, tails every time. Tails
never fails.
Tails never fails. That's what I always say too. All right. So Tampa Bay is our East winner. Wait. No, that would still be okay. I'm thinking if the reseeding would happen again, but no.
Oh, yeah.
It would not because it's only two teams. So it wouldn't matter. One would be one and one would be two, but for our purposes, that doesn't matter. It's still still a matchup. Yeah. So Tampa Bay is our winner from the East. Moving to the West, we've got Vegas versus Vancouver.
I know you're partial to Vancouver.
I like Vegas too.
I enjoy Vegas. Between those two,
are we talking the city or the team? You enjoy Vegas?
I've never been to the city.
You never been to Vegas?
No. Have you?
Yeah.
Good time? Lost all your money?
I didn't gamble. I don't gamble. I suck at gambling. I hate it. I hate gambling.
You didn't even go to the slots?
I mean, of course I went. Yeah, I didn't win a single penny. I never won.
Not a penny.
Not a penny. Lost every single time I hit it. That's why I don't gamble. I have the worst luck ever.
How many pennies did you lose at the slots? Hundreds.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, I didn't necessarily play the penny machine. I just saying I didn't win a single pool or card game. I don't even know if I played it.
Oh well.
But
maybe next time.
It was when I was younger and I was with my family. Yeah, with my family, my parents and my brother. So it wasn't as crazy. I wasn't with friends or anything like that. So,
well, if I ever go to Vegas, I of course would play the penny slots. You can't go to Vegas and not do that. But I'd also like to go see a Vegas Knights game.
Yeah. See, they weren't
exciting.
there when I went. So, yeah, they've got Vegas now as a sports team, and they also have the Raiders. The Raiders
that's true.
From Oakland to Vegas as well. So, yeah, they've got a couple sports teams. They've got a couple big time sports teams there now. So, more entertainment than was already there. Yep.
Yeah, hard to believe.
Yeah, right.
But so between those two, I would go Knights.
You go Knights?
Don't make me do another coin flip.
That's just too tough of a matchup for Vancouver. I'd like to see them. I like them. But, yeah, Vegas, way too good for them. Way too good for them. Yeah, Vegas trumps out Vancouver. Yep, for sure.
All right, good. Because I had the coin ready.
I know
but
you did.
I'm going to put it back down.
Do you have your breathing methods ready too?
I'm ready.
You're ready.
We might have to use it for the next one.
We might. So next one is Colorado versus Dallas.
Ooh. Between those two, Colorado.
Ooh, my boy. Yeah.
Colorado.
Yeah, I say Colorado too. Yep, I say Colorado. I think big time players. Big time players
Yes.
on there. Again, I said
I
last
mean,
time. Dallas-
that so far they're the only team who've played in the second round so far, and Dallas is up 1.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean anything in
No.
the world of hockey.
First game.
Yeah.
It was big. It was a high scoring game too.
What did it end up being?
Like 6-4 or something like that.
Don't see too many like that. Not in the playoffs.
Nah. Nope. But yeah, I think Colorado beats Dallas. Dallas. Yeah. So we're agreement on that. Colorado moving past Dallas.
Yes.
All right. So then we've got Vegas versus Colorado. Two heavyweights for sure.
Hard one.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah. Big time.
Personally, I'd like to see Vegas go all the way and go against the Tampa Bay.
But
No buts.
oh damn. Nah.
Vegas is going to take it all the way. They're going to be the Stanley Cup champs this year.
Nah. No.
You think?
Colorado beats
Colorado.
Vegas. Yeah.
Why?
Pure talent.
Yeah.
Their best players are better than Vegas's best players.
I think the coin will decide that one. So, heads Vegas, tails
The
Colorado.
coin.
All right.
Oh, I thought you dropped it.
It was close,
Oh, I thought it went straight out.
but it was tails.
Tails, Colorado. Did we decide that?
Colorado against Tampa Bay.
Okay, I guess we decided that. Yeah, Colorado versus Tampa Bay. Interesting.
Well, if it's between those two teams, I would like to see Colorado win instead. Like you said, Tampa Bay, that they do very well in the regular season, but they tend to not do that great come playoff time, and they'll choke per usual.
They'll choke. Yeah, see, Stamkos, one of their best players, isn't playing right now either. He's hurt, so that could play a factor. Yeah, I think
How long is he going to be hurt for?
I don't know for sure. I don't know for sure. They probably don't even know. A lot of teams all these days. He's hurt indefinitely or undisclosed. Undisclosed or.
He's hurt till he's not hurt.
Yeah. Thanks for your wisdom and wonderful description.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I think Colorado beats Tampa.
So that is your new Stanley Cup winner,
That's my new Stanley Cup winner.
not Carolina.
Watch them go out this round too. I just
That-
start
that'd
doing
be funny.
reverse psychology and just pick the team I don't want to go. All right, Philly's gonna win. Philly's gonna win all the way. They're gonna win it all.
Oh, I don't even know how you said that.
I know it burned.
How did that sentence come off of your tongue?
It burned. I know.
Yeah. Ugh. I have to go get some mouthwash.
Let's get some. Go wash your mouth out. Go get a bar of soap.
Yeah, like Ralphie from Christmas Story.
Oh, Ralphie. Yeah.
Can't wait till that rolls around again. Another 24 hours of the wonderful Christmas Story.
Heck yeah.
Only how many more months to wait?
My mom.
I'll put a timer on.
My mom still doesn't understand that whole thing. I don't understand. Why are they playing this 24 hours? Why is this movie still on? I don't understand.
It's a
this
classic.
This movie isn't even that good. She said it that couple of times. I was like, Mom, listen.
How dare you?
It's not the best Christmas movie, but like you said, it's a classic. It's a must.
Mm-hmm.
It's a must. I think she's started to turn on to it a little bit over the last.
Warming
couple
up
years.
to it?
She's warming up to it a little bit. She's warming up to a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She'll have to watch it, a half dozen times this coming Christmas. So.
Yeah. So, all right, we've got our predictions now for the Stanley Cup playoffs. Colorado Avalanche, your new predicted winner. Let's see where things go from here. I'm excited.
So that means it's not going to be Colorado, but moving on.
Probably not. Probably not. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Oh, last but not least, before we move on,
What's that?
the NHL recently released a plan to allow family members to join the bubble for conference finals.
Just for the finals?
For the conference finals, yes. So,
okay.
After this round. So after the second round will be the conference finals. They are trying to work into place a plan to allow family members to be present. I believe they would have to have their own hotel.
Mm-hmm.
They obviously need to self-isolate. I got the article up here. Self-isolate beforehand, and then when they get in there, they would have to follow all the same procedures, same protocols. But how amazing would that be to have your family there?
Yeah, that'll boost their morales a lot.
Big time.
I know if I was playing in the Stanley Cup, even getting to the finals, I would want my family there.
Absolutely.
You work your entire career, your entire life to get up to that point, and to not be able to share with your loved ones, that'd be hard.
Yeah. Again, they would have their own hotel room, not with the players and everything, but still to be in the bubble and to be allowed, I assume, in the stands when they're playing, to be there and just to be present. Huge morale boost.
Yeah,
Awesome. That would be
mean
absolutely
a lot of players.
Yes, that would be absolutely fantastic. Hopefully they get that plan in place and everything gets agreed on and everything comes to fruition. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I'll be
awesome.
Happy to hear more about that.
Yes. So hopefully down the road, like I said, we'll get that in place and make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
So we brought up.
Oh, good.
We brought up Steven Stamkos and how he was injured. I want to talk about what it would be like for you to get injured when you're playing at such a high level, and at a stage like we're in right now with the playoffs. What would it be like to get injured? How first off, how it would affect your team members, your teammates? How, say you're one of the better players and you go down. What are their thoughts? It's, oh shoot, we're screwed now. We're done.
Yeah, it can change the entire mentality of the whole team. Seeing your star player go down like that, for sure.
Especially if he was a good leader in the locker room. I guess he's still around, but he's probably in such a demoralized state and just disappointed himself that he probably is not as much of a leader, not as much of a projector and a vocal point as well. So it definitely would affect team members. I mean, just it'd be a bummer, just big time bummer. But do you think that they pick up their game as a result? Do you think they somehow find an extra gear, play a little harder, have a little bit more motivation? Or do you think it can't really do much more? You just kind of have to go with the flow.
I think at that point, whenever you're playing at such a high level of sports, you're always playing at, you're striving to go 100%. So losing that cog in the machine, I don't know how some people can go any harder. It's more or less, how are we going to replace this guy and still be able to play at 100%? You're asking, is it going to motivate them anymore? I'm going to say those guys are already pretty motivated in their own right, but it can definitely be demoralizing, I would say.
So you don't think they're saying, "Oh shoot, he's hurt. Let's win it for Johnny. Let's do this for Johnny, man."
I mean, you can say it, and it might make, I don't know, even a small percentage difference. But in the end, whenever you lose a high position guy like that, it all comes down to who's replacing him and how well does he fit into the team.
Production, how the production spreads out between the other players, and like you said, who replaces him. Yeah, Yeah, I agree. Absolutely. Um, Now, for the injured player, what do you think it'd be like sitting in the stands, just watching your teammates play without you?
Oh,
How
it would be hard,
terrible, awful.
especially if you make it all the way to someplace like the Stanley
The
Cup
final, right?
Finals, or if you're talking about football, the Super Bowl or something, and then to be sitting that out and
Yeah,
watching your teammates
just
potentially win or even potentially lose it all,
right.
and knowing that you could be out on that ice making a difference, but you physically can't,
Yeah,
that'd be rough.
just helplessness, right? Just I'm sitting up here and I can't do anything. You know, they want with all their heart, all their all their being to just be out there and just doing what they can. But when you
Yeah.
can't, you can't. When you can't, you can't. Um, so I
Well,
mean,
I mean, you look at like last year. I know switching over to football, but look at Big Ben
yeah,
for the Steelers. He got out. I think it was the second game of the whole season, and for the rest of that season, I mean, there's still 14 games left, and he really stepped up. He might not have been out on the field, but he was coaching those young quarterbacks off on the sideline the entire time. So I think whenever you have that much experience and you're that much of a leader, you might not you want to be on the field, of course, but you find other ways to help out your team.
correct. Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah,
And
like
that's
you
the sign
said,
of a good leader.
that's right. Absolutely, absolutely. No matter if you're in the stands, you could still be a part. You could still be as much of a motivator as you can. You could be a coach. You can be just a fan, just out there cheering. I know when,
Mm-hmm.
um, in my personal experience, when one of my kids that one of my kids that I coach say they get injured and they're going to be out for a while, I still expect them. Sometimes it doesn't happen, if their parents don't want to bring them or whatever, because obviously they still have to bring them to practices and games and everything. But I would really like them to still be there. I still would like them to cheer on their teammates, to learn, because obviously kids at
Oh
that
yeah,
age, they're still learning. Even if they're not playing,
absolutely.
still watching their teammates, still listening to myself and my other coaches give instructions to them. They still say, oh, okay, so if I was in there, I'd be doing that. I'd be doing this, or I'd be not doing that, or this is what I should have been done, should be doing, or
Mm-hmm.
so you could always be learning, you could always be adapting, always be coaching, being a fan, being supportive. That is what makes a good leader. Like you said, that's what makes a good teammate. Is no matter if you're in the stands, where you are, if you're hurt, be a support, be a coach, be a mentor, be anything you can be. Even though you're not playing, you could still be beneficial to the team.
Yeah, even if you're not out on that field, you can still make a difference.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we'll move on. We'll move on from sports. Big time news. Big time news this week.
What's that?
Huge news. uh, a leak for the new generation of video game consoles, the Xbox
Ooh,
Series X, a price leak. A price leak that
ooh,
was not officially released, but it was leaked. The apparent leak price is
what's the damage?
$599.
Ooh,
Ooh, take my
that
money.
puts a that puts a dent in the wallet.
Take my money. Yeah.
You think?
Oh, I was just saying, just here, have all my money. I don't know for
I was
sure.
gonna say
I don't know for sure yet, obviously, if I'm getting it, but
that
I
that
knew
is a lot of money
I know
for.
we discussed it in the past. A couple months ago, we said, what did we think it might be? I believe this is what I said. I think I said $600. So
Yeah.
I'm not terribly surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a lot?
Oh
Probably.
yeah.
It's a lot, but is it worth it? We'll have to see, right?
Well,
We'll have to see. So I know you got all kinds of numbers here, you did all kinds of research and got some numbers on past releases and stuff. So go ahead
yeah.
and let me know what you.
Yeah, I looked a little bit into the past prices of older Xbox models and what they were in the past years. Believe it or not, the Xbox 360. Want to take a guess on what year that came out? Don't you look at that screen?
I'm not. Xbox 3 Xbox 360. That
Same
probably
time
came
as the PS3.
2007.
Close. It was back in 2005.
Oh, 05. Oh, man.
And back back whenever that released in '05, that released it released two editions. There was one edition called the Pro Edition, which came with a whole, get this, a whole 20 gigabyte hard drive. Right?
Whoa.
20
Wow.
gigabyte Pro Edition, $399
Yeah.
back in 2005.
And that was probably a hefty price back then for sure.
Top of the line.
Top of
Yeah.
the line.
But you could also get the non-pro version, which didn't come with a 20 gigabytes hard drive for $299, so $300.
Yeah.
Back in '05, that was pretty expensive, but I mean, I think people were still shelling out for it. The 360 was by far one of the better selling game consoles of all time.
Okay.
Not as good as the PS2. The PS2s and the Wii. The Wii is the number one selling console. I think the PS2 was just behind it,
Okay.
selling like hundreds of millions of units.
Hundreds of millions. So
But
many.
moving on to the Xbox One,
Which is
it
what we're currently
released-
at right now.
Yes, that's what we're currently in. It released 7 years ago now. It released back in November of 2013.
Honestly, I feel like it's been longer than that. I feel like I've had my Xbox One forever. I feel like they have not put out a new generation in a long time. I mean, I'm serious.
I mean, 7 years is
7 years is a long
time.
time. 7 years is a long time, yeah.
But whenever they released it in 2013. It was for $499.
And people were like, no, thank you.
No, especially why would you pay that whenever you could pay $100 less for the PS4?
So PS4 was 400
Yes.
when it came out. Okay.
Yeah, it was 400, and it blew the Xbox One out of the water. In this generation of consoles, there's no competition. The PS4 won by far. But later, 6 months later, after the Xbox One release, because I don't know if you remember, I don't know if you got this one, but whenever it released, do you remember it coming with the Xbox Kinect?
Mm-hmm.
Do you still have yours? Mm-hmm. That thing was a piece of junk.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
I think I have it in a box back in my parents' house.
It's been disconnected for 6 years, if not more.
There was no point in using it.
It was intriguing. It's a good idea.
They just went a little too different.
Yeah, just wasn't enough.
Yeah,
wasn't enough there. The games just weren't enough?
Yeah, there were no big exclusives that came with the Xbox One, and it was you couldn't compete with the PS4. They had awesome exclusives. It was cheaper, and you got more bang for your buck. Really.
More bang for your buck. That's what we like, right? That's what we like.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Understood.
And then back in 2017, that's whenever I got the Xbox. I got the Xbox One X. It's already been 3 years, but that released at $499, so $100 cheaper than what the proposed new Xbox Series X is going to be. It's still running all right.
Still doing the thing.
Yeah.
Still working.
Much better than the original Xbox One, that's for sure.
Yeah, we see that from time to time. I got the oldie. It struggles sometimes.
Yeah, you might have to upgrade as soon as it releases.
I don't know about as soon as, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what the reviews are and what people think and how the games look and everything before I go diving in, because I've got a PC now. So I've got a PC now.
That's true.
And
a lot of games are you can play on your PC and still play with your friends on the Xbox too.
Correct. So that was a big thing that it seems like they're trying to do now with the new Xbox Series X and PC play. Everything, it seems like they're trying to just have everything together. Everything.
Yes.
If you get a game, it's for all Microsoft platforms. Correct?
Yeah. That's one of the big things with this generation, which kind of brings us into this next topic of what's going to define this new generation. One of the big things that Microsoft is really trying to push is a connected ecosystem. So, like you said, if you buy a game, you can play it not only on your Xbox, but you can buy and play it on your old Xbox as well. You can buy it and play it on your PC. And I even saw that you could buy it and play it on a not an iPad, but Microsoft's Surface tablet.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah,
The same game.
it's the same game.
Hmm.
Yeah, they're I think it's called Project X Cloud. I think it's just like for right now the proposed uh, price point is like $15 a month, and it connects everything.
Yeah. Sounds like a good idea. And boy, when Microsoft goes down like we know it always does, that means everything's not going to work.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So when one thing breaks, it all is going to break and you're not going to be able to play anything. Woohoo! Let's
Well,
go.
it's a good idea for Microsoft. I think it's one way that they can kind of differentiate themselves between them and Sony's PlayStation. It seems like PlayStation they've had it right this whole time ever since the PS1. They make a game system and they make it for the gamer. You buy this game system to play video games,
Yeah.
which is what a console is supposed to be. Microsoft, they used to have that mentality with the original Xbox, and I'll even say the 360.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as the Xbox One came out, they tried to make it like the central hub of your entire entertainment system,
Yeah.
and that's where it really hurt them.
Yeah.
They came out with that Kinect, and they tried integrating that with everything else. You could plug
Watch
your TV in.
through it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
I
It's
don't
a
need
video
that.
game console, man. Come on.
I jump on there to play video games with my friends.
Yeah.
Now they're trying to build this ecosystem. Is it going to work?
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Like I said, they got to fix their issue when they crash. It's been quite frequent lately.
Yeah.
And will that, like I said, will that affect if one goes down, are they all gonna go down?
Oh yeah.
As I twirl my,
It all goes down, including your earbuds.
including my earbuds. Yeah, we'll see.
I don't know.
We'll
I
see.
think PS5 at this point is still going to blow Microsoft out of the water. I mean, they've already sold 2 times the amount of PS4s to consumers, and I think those consumers are going to continue on with the PS5 personally.
Interesting.
Plus, they have a lot more interesting exclusives.
Yes. Yeah. PlayStation definitely has exclusive games that, like you said, blow Xbox out of the water. I know that's the main reason I continue to get my PlayStation. I don't do the online stuff for it, so I'm not playing with anyone. Really? Yeah, all I do is single player stuff. But it's worth it because the games that are, like you said, the exclusives for PlayStation are fantastic. They're amazing.
Yeah. You just told me the other day one of your favorite games of all time is the next PS exclusive. What's that called?
My favorite game of all time is Last of Us.
The second one. Yeah, The Last of Us. I was going to say, you just beat the second one not too long ago.
Yeah.
They're even making it into a movie, I saw.
Yeah. Well, no, I think it's a series. I think a TV series.
Is it a series?
Yeah, I think they're making a TV series, Last of Us. Or it might be.
Wow.
You might be right. But yeah, they're making some kind of TV version of it, yeah.
Yeah, but back to the PS4, PS5, that they just have so many better exclusives, which isn't so great for the consumer, but for them, I mean, heck, keep it going. Yeah, those awesome exclusives. They have God of War on there, one of the best games that has come out for years.
Yep.
Last of Us 2.
Yep. I always like playing the Nathan Drake series. What are they called? Uncharted.
Oh yeah,
Uncharted.
Yes, Uncharted.
Yep, Uncharted is always fun.
Yes.
They're the only console with baseball. No other consoles really have baseball games. Yeah, they have some mediocre ones, but they're the only one with a real baseball game.
I did not know that.
Yep.
And then you contrast that with Xbox, and what does Microsoft really have? What exclusives do they have anymore? They used to have an exclusive deal with Call of Duty, but PS4 took that over, and now you get all their content a month or even more earlier than on Microsoft. But I mean, game-wise, they have what? Halo.
That was their big namesake. You know, back in the day, it was Halo.
Yeah.
That was their big thing, and they haven't really done much with Halo in a while. But
yeah,
With the new Xbox Series X coming out, that was their big thing again. They're bringing Halo back.
Yeah, I saw it. I think it's going to be called what, Halo Infinite or something.
Yes, yes, Halo
Yeah,
Infinite.
so that I hope that goes well for them. I was never really a big Halo fan myself.
I wasn't either. I'll be honest. I know a lot of people are gonna say to us, "What? You guys are Xbox players and you don't play Halo? What is wrong with you?"
I just never got into gaming at that point in my life whenever Halo was at its heights.
Yeah, and I was not an Xbox guy when Halo was at its
Yeah,
height. I was always a PlayStation guy. I was always a PlayStation guy.
I was too.
Up through college, and even after
Yeah,
college, finally I did make the switch to Xbox. Basically because most of my friends were on Xbox,
yeah.
and I play video games to play with my friends. So I was like, all right, well, if all my friends are going to be playing Xbox, I guess I'm going to, play Xbox as well. So
I agree 100%. I was always a PlayStation guy. I remember the first console I had as a kid was actually a PlayStation 1. And the first game I actually got, fun fact, was Spyro the Dragon. That
Spyro's,
was a
yeah,
great
that's
game.
one of the best games, one of the defining games for PlayStation. Yep, one of the defining characters. Uh, yeah, big time game for them. Big time game for them. I didn't have a PlayStation 1. I think the first PlayStation I had was PlayStation 2. So I had PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3.
Probably arguably the best console of all time.
Yeah. Yeah.
They had awesome exclusives, great games, great graphics for the time.
Yeah.
Heck, today you could probably plug in a PS2 and still have a half enjoyable time looking at the screen.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think we could talk on this for a while. We could save this conversation on what the best console was and best game and everything for another
Yeah,
time.
that could be a whole episode in itself.
Exactly. So we'll postpone that and push that to another date. So moving back to the Xbox Series X release, other than Halo, any other games maybe that you're looking forward to?
Well, they also announced, I think, a new Fable game. Did you ever hear of those games before?
I think you've told me about them, but
Yeah,
don't really know.
it's like a fantasy game where all of your decisions kind of transform the world around you. I played the first 1 and 2 back whenever they were on the 360, and they were pretty good. But would it pull me into buying a Xbox Series X? I don't know.
Not enough for you. Yeah.
But one thing with the Xbox Series X, you don't have to have the Series X. You can buy it for Xbox One and still play it on Xbox One. And then once you get the Series X in a year or two, if you decide to,
Right.
you can play it on the
You'll
Series
still have it
X
there. So that
with upgraded graphics.
that's definitely a big thing then. If that
Yeah,
if that
big
goes
selling
through,
point.
that's for sure. Or you could, like you said, on PC too. You buy
Yeah,
the game, you got it for all Microsoft platforms.
Yeah, you'll have it for forever.
Yeah,
Which
that's
is
big.
great because I know I've really been looking forward to Cyberpunk 2077.
You and a lot of people.
Supposedly,
You and a lot of people.
supposedly coming out. It's a great game. Great company makes it.
I've never even heard of it. I don't.
Oh,
How many have there been before this one that's coming out?
I don't know if there have been other ones personally, but it's made by the same company who makes the Witcher games.
Yeah, a lot of big fan of
And
Witcher.
the last Witcher was hands down probably in my top 3 games of all time. You haven't given it a chance. Trust me.
You're probably right. You're probably right.
If it was on your PS4 and it was a single player game, you would say it's awesome.
Maybe.
It is a game that you have to really dive into. It is a big expansion, or a single player game. And you just have to take your time and enjoy the world. And I know in today's busy day and age, you might not have that time.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody's rushing here, rushing there. One game I'm looking forward to, whether or not it be for the Series X, is Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
You sent me a video. It looks awesome.
Yeah, I'm a big time medieval Viking era, all those kind of those past times. I'm a big fan of all those. So Assassin's Creed, I played the first couple of them. enjoyed them. I don't know if I ever really went through with them too far and finished them or anything, but I did play them. But mixing the two, I do like the open world concept, and then just the Viking concept, just being able to just sneak up behind somebody, just knife them in the back, or have that hidden sword in your arm or whatever.
Yeah.
That whole concept seems pretty cool to me.
Yeah.
And I'm like
You
I said,
just learn a little bit of history.
exactly. Yep. Hopefully it's not just running around killing people, and there's actually some history to it. But I think there will be, because I think most of the Assassin's Creed games that they do put out are somewhat based on history or some kind of event, where it's more than just, there's some kind of story to it, some kind of meaning behind it, some kind of, some plot to it. So
Yeah, I'm glad that they went that route where you're actually able to learn a little bit of something while, like you say, stabbing people in the back.
yeah, exactly. Violence.
Yeah, woo!
Video games cause violence in real life. Oh boy, we're not going there.
Geez.
We're not going there. Don't worry. So, I guess bottom line, you gonna buy these new consoles when they come out, or are we waiting to see down the road?
Personally, since I have an Xbox One X, I'm not going to buy it at launch. There's no Xbox Series X games that really make me want to go out and pay $600, especially if I can play them on my Xbox One X. But give it a year or two, yeah, I'll eventually buy it.
Yeah, maybe. Yep. Yeah, I think I'm with you. I probably will end up waiting. I probably won't get it right away, especially like I said with the PC now. Even though my Xbox that I have is kind of running on Steam right now. I'm probably going to end up waiting. Yeah, probably going to end up waiting.
Yeah, even if it drops $100, that's better than $600.
Yeah, exactly. Now with the PlayStation 5, there might even be more of a chance that I go for that first, because
with the
exclusives and just the good rapport that I've had with PlayStation, and just how I've always been kind of going along with PlayStation, going through college and everything. I might just go with that first. So
yeah, like you said, you were always a PlayStation guy, and I remember back in college, whenever we would wake up early Saturday mornings, sometimes Sunday mornings. It depends on how much fun we had the
sometimes
evening
Monday,
before.
Tuesday, Wednesday.
I remember waking up and we would get on your PS3 and play. Oh, which Call of Duty was it?
No idea.
No, regardless, it was Call of Duty, and we would set up with this. It wasn't online multiplayer, but we would set up. Oh, what did I call it? It was so much fun.
It was
the AI.
Yeah, it was basically us, and it would just be like a survival type mode where we would just set up defense, and then just waves and waves of people would come at us, and we would just sit there for hours just defeating these waves, and that was the best. It was absolutely the best. Yep. For sure.
Those were good times.
For sure. Yeah. Other good times from college, speaking of, I was thinking about this the other day. Do you remember the fruit wall?
How could I forget the fruit wall? Oh my gosh. That thing was nasty.
For whatever reason, we decided to make a tradition of, after we would go to get something to eat, we would take some kind of fruit, banana, apple, orange, something great, grapes, I don't know, everything you could think of. We'd take
whatever they had at the lunchroom.
Anything they had at the lunchroom, we would just take it. We would all take some, and we would go to this one wall of this one building on campus, and we would just straight up hurl this fruit as hard as we possibly could to make the biggest explosion on this wall. This wall was, like you said, the most disgusting thing, just covered in all kinds of fruit remnants and fruit skin and guts and juice, and just why we did it, no idea.
Throwing apples at that thing was the best. They just exploded on impact.
It's just in pieces. Sometimes it'd come flying past us back the other way, and just
shrapnel.
Yeah, exactly. That was the thing. We would try to get it just to explode as big as we possibly could. Just get the biggest explosion, biggest pieces flying everywhere, and that's, I guess, who we would claim the winner or whatever. It was, oh my god, so stupid.
That was a blast.
It was so fun. probably threw my shoulder out a couple times doing that now.
Uh-huh.
But
Oh, I remember the one time we were doing it. It was one time after dinner. We're all there throwing our apples and bananas, and some girl pokes her head out of a window and starts screaming something at us. She says, "Hey, hey!" And we look over there with the apples and pineapples in hand. We're like, "What?"
What do you want?
She says, "Hey, you know I gotta look at that, right?" Yeah, we know.
Yeah, we know it's
You want to
colorful.
come join us?
Yeah, it's colorful.
Oh,
No, I don't
and
remember
then
that.
Says threw a pear at the wall, and we just laughed and kept on going. Oh, the good old days.
The good old days, man. The good old days. Great stories from college. Great stories from college. I think we're gonna have to table some of those for another time too.
Oh yeah, we have plenty.
Yeah, we definitely do. We gotta kind of getting close to wrapping this up here. So,
Any stories?
good old Fruitwell. Absolutely. We got 2 good stories that I picked for this week. Thank you guys for submitting your stories to the social media pages so that we can discuss them. We can talk about them. We can shine a light on what you're doing, the greatness that you're doing, the kindness, the kind things that you're doing for other people, or that's something that happened to you. So, first story. Let me pull it up here. Gentleman is currently working on a pro bono job, a welding job for a guy who is paralyzed, but he still goes riding on his motorcycle in a side-by-side. So he goes in the side-by-side car, and he wants a heavier duty roll cage built for it so that, in case something were to happen and he were to crash or something, he would be able to, kind of withstand it, or since he's not really able to escape. So he wants something that would be able to withstand it, any type of crash or, anything like that. So this gentleman is working pro bono for this paralyzed gentleman to try to get him a heavier duty roll cage for his side-by-side motorcycle. How amazing
That's great.
is that? How amazing
That's
is
great.
that? I mean, taking your skills as a welder and a just a manufacturer, whatever.
Yeah.
And just putting it to good use, just helping out others. Just this guy, he's paralyzed. He still wants to go riding, but he can't, obviously he's paralyzed. He can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And to be able to give him that option to still be able to go riding and feel safe and feel comfortable doing so. Awesome.
Definitely.
Awesome. So good to you, gentlemen. To you, sir, for doing that for him. Amazing story. Awesome. Thank you. Keep things like that up. Keep that kind of stuff up. Good on you. Amazing on you. And thank you very much for your story. Thank you for your kind actions and for allowing me to share it with the world. So, second story here, we've got my cousin. She's 14 years old, and she, put it out there for anyone since they're going back to school. So school's starting up, and people might need a mask still, because everybody's required to wear a mask. So if they need a mask, they want a custom one that's designed a little different, or maybe it's a better condition or quality or anything like that, she is offering to make masks for anyone that wants or needs one. 14 years old.
Great.
14 years old.
14
years old, putting it out there to help out her community, help out her friends, family, anything. Amazing.
That's fantastic. Yeah, we really gotten away from helping our neighbors and our community, and we really need to try to get back into treating others how we want to be treated and helping others.
No doubt. Just instead of thinking about ourselves and our needs and having a mask for myself and myself only. Think about others. You got extra masks and you see somebody that doesn't have one that might need one or something, offer to give one, or people that are struggling in some way, shape, or form. Reach out to them, help them out, talk to them, see what they might need, see what kind of help you can give them. Let's get back to that. Man,
that's great that she's helping her community at such a young age.
No, dude, no doubt. I mean, 14 years old, I was not thinking about anything like that.
No,
anything like that at all.
Kids grow up a lot quicker nowadays. Good on her.
Well, and people like that though, that just again think about others. before themselves. We all need to get back to that. We do. We need to get back
Definitely.
to thinking about others and not so much about ourselves. So
Mhm.
again, thank you to my cousin for what you're doing and what you're offering to do. You are amazing. Keep being who you are. Keep doing for others, and keep being an example of the type of people that we need to be.
Definitely.
So thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for allowing me to share your story to everyone. We all appreciate you, and we hope to become more like you.
Mhm.
So apparently I am a terrible cousin and don't actually know how old that my cousin is. She is 15, not 14. So if you just want to pretend like I was saying 15 all those times that I said 14, that'd be great. Thanks. I'd say that's about it, big guy.
I think
Say we can
so.
about wrap this up. So once again, if you could throw our social media links a follow, we would appreciate it. Trying to grow our community, trying to get ourselves out there. Bright Connections is trying to become the next big thing, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but we're trying to spread positivity to as much as to as many people as we can. Bring these amazing stories to light. Bring these actions and these thoughts of togetherness and positiveness. Just trying to spread it. We're just trying to make it infectious. Trying to spread the good news instead of the bad news always. So again, if you could follow our social media links, we're going to keep you updated. We're going to give you some quality content.
Hmm.
So our Instagram once again is bright_connections. Our Twitter is Bright Connect, and YouTube is Bright Connection. You can search for Bright Connections. Again, connections is with a K, obviously. So Bright Connections with a K. Follow us, ask us questions, talk to us, please. I seriously, I'd love to talk to you guys. Send me DMs on any of our social media links, and please share those stories. We want to hear more stories. Again, these were actually pretty big stories this week. I was
Yeah,
surprised right off the bat.
very
Some
good.
bigger stories, some amazing stories. Again, I am totally fine with a small story of somebody saying hi to you, somebody picking up something you dropped, anything. I want to hear it. I want to hear good stories. I want to hear feel good stories. I want to share them. I want everyone to hear that there's still people out there doing good, and they need to be shared. So please talk to me, converse with me on social media, tell me their stories so we can share them. And once again, I am on Twitch, trying to be a consistent streamer, trying to build my community on Twitch. So if you could do me a solid and give me a follow on Twitch so that I can start doing more things through Twitch, that would be amazing. I would greatly appreciate it. And once again, please come hang out. I love talking to people. I know it was happening last night where there's a long chat going on, and I loved it. It was so much fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
Just interacting. Yeah, I know Brian was there playing with me, and he's probably getting confused at some points. Who am I talking to? But a lot of fun interacting with people. So please give me a follow. Give me, come watch you for a while. Say hey. I'd love nothing more. So come hang out with me. Watch me play some video games. Talk with me. See how I'm doing. I'll see how you're doing. And again, I'm trying to grow my community. So any help that you could provide would be amazing, and I would greatly appreciate it. So follow our social media. Follow me on Twitch. And once again, have a wonderful and bright week. Brian, thanks again for being my guest.
Thanks for having me.
For providing all those detailed explanations of the new generation of consoles. Appreciate your hard work and looking into that. So have a wonderful week, everyone. Have a bright week, and go do something nice for someone, for your neighbor or someone else in your community. Thanks again. Take care.